Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi Ian 3, brought to you as always by MEOR DC. Find us on Facebook at MEOR DC or at MEORDC.org and learn about all of our programs and do us the kindness of being in touch. Now, why did I use that flowery language? Do us the kindness of. Well, because the topic tonight of this Rabbi Ian 3 is kindness, chesed, as the word is in Hebrew, kindness. Sometimes translated loving kindness, and that's a beautiful translation, chesed. One of the three pillars the rabbis tell us on which the whole world stands. One of the pillars is loving kindness. Torah and prayer or serving God are the others. But tonight we're talking about kindness. Why? I mean, it's a great thing to talk about every day and night of our lives and to do it. But it ties into this week's Torah portion, Chayei Sarah, in the book of Bereshis. We have the description here of the death of Sarah, our matriarch, Sarah Imenu. And the Torah sums up her life in a somewhat peculiar way. It says, and the life of Sarah was 127 years. Actually, it breaks it down into periods. And the life of Sarah was 100 years and 20 years and 7 years. And there's a reason for that, but that's not tonight's topic. And the life of Sarah was 100 years and 20 years and 7 years, semicolon, if you will. Shnei Chayei Sarah were the years of Sarah's life. What seems like totally redundant. It said her years were 127, but then it says at the end, the years of Sarah's life. And the great commentator Rashi says in three beautiful and famous words, he explains why the Torah adds that clause at the end, Kulan Shavin L'Tova. All of them were equal in goodness. In other words, all the other periods of Sarah's life had their unique distinctions, different periods, but they were all equal in goodness. Kulan Shavin L'Tova. Now that's a strange thing. The Slonim Rebbe says, one of the great, beautiful commentators that I am inspired by, written by the late Rebbe of Slonim Rebbe, it's called Nesivo Shalom. He says, what does Rashi mean? Sarah's life was full of difficulties, trials and tribulations. She was captured by Pharaoh, then let go, but still captured by another king, Avimelech. Many difficulties in her life, years and years without children, difficulties with her handmaid, and a lot of difficulties in her life. But because she embodied the trait of loving kindness like her husband Abraham, we can say about her life that every year was full of good, because kindness opens up from Shamayim, from heaven, a response that when we do good to others, good and blessing and elevation comes down to us. That's the power of kindness. So despite the external events of her life, I mean, she had a lot of strength to persevere in doing kindness every day of her life. But the external events were sometimes rocky. But the internal core and essence of her life was Kulan Shavin L'Tova, all good, because she was busy doing good to others. And the rabbi said, when we do good to others, we open up the floodgates of rachamim, of chesed, of kindness above to come down to us. So every day we should do chesed. Big and small, but don't let a day go by without doing kindness for your fellow man. I'm going to do the kindness of finishing before 4 minutes, so it's still Rabbi Ian 3 technically. Good Shabbos.